The racetrack, 10th, 11th, and 12th, 11, 31, and 3. That's Andy Hillenberg, who won the race in Daytona, the season opening Arca 200. He's in the car number 11.
And that's Mark Stahl in 32, right directly in front of Andy Hillenberg. Kenny Allen in car number 3.
And we have a spin. Caution coming off of turn 4, right at the entrance of pit road.
And it looks like it's Brad Smith.
It is the 06 car of Brad Smith out of Oxford, Mississippi, the Neil Cole Pontiac.
And that thing's on fire.
And he has hit hard, Benny. Apparently he has torn loose a fuel line, or there has something burning in the engine compartment. And
Cars are coming by, so that's why the inspector was saying, look, get out of the way.
It looks like we have someone else that wrecked in the corner.
Another car has come to rest on the
That's Tim Steele.
And that is Steele's H&S Dive Ford. And you saw he was making a move to the front in a hurry, and his car heavily damaged.
See him smoking back right at the top of the screen. Now he loses control and and here's from the other cameras. He comes down off the racetrack and stops right at the entrance to pit road.
And there's a crash out in turn 4 as Purvis comes in. They will not do anything work to the car. He takes off, but Bradbury will take right side tires. Right, Purvis left without taking any service. Bradbury is in for right side tires only.
And the wreck is still going on.
There are still cars spinning and sliding up on a turn 4, at least 7 or
Here
maybe 8
comes another
cars.
car awfully fast.
As traffic coming through, and there's a lot of debris up there, and one car up against the outside wall, and they're trying to get these cars slowed down. They are too wide now. There is Joey Sontag coming by as the field now slowing out of turn 4. That's Andy Belmont's car number 5. It's come to rest against the outside wall.
See Jeff Purvis, all these cars coming down. There's Mark Stahl stops and pits. Jack goes under. The 90 car, Mike Wallace stops. Jack is going under. And now Jeff Purvis starts to stop. And the crew starts under there, and someone says, no, 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 caution, caution, go ahead.
And, you know, there's another advantage of pitting all the way down at end of pit road. They hadn't had time to start to work on that car. They said the crash is going on, so they shot him right on out. And here is that crash, really big time.
There we see 62 going by spinning.
Turned pretty good.
That is 7th, 8th, and 9th. Car number 2 is 7th spot, Kevin Ray. As you look up front, that is Purvis, our leader. Mike Wallace looks to the inside in turn 3.
He wants to lead, and he's got it. Caution is out.
One car, the 07, has spun and come to rest on the backstretch, and we will see, yes, the caution is waving for the 4th time today. And here comes Mike Wallace, and he looks like he will lead that lead draft down to the caution flag.
Well, for those that were in doubt as far as their fuel is concerned, now they have an opportunity to come in under caution and get some fuel.
Frankie, here again is a spin down the backstretch out of turn 2, the 07, looping the car around. Did a pretty good job, Bill, of keeping the car from going back up in front of traffic.
Yeah, and you can see right there that the roof flaps did their job like they're supposed to. They came up to keep the car back down on the ground.
This is Spradlin's very first ARCA start today. Now the question is, the cars come off going in turn 3, and I think the 30. There we see him carrying one of the drivers.
That's Andy Belmont.
Andy Belmont, yeah. He looks like he's talking to him. Evidently, he's banged his ankle or something. That's just speculation, folks. I don't know that.
And here's Randall Ritter out of Franklin, Tennessee. He is coming. He is 48 years of age. Randall getting helped out of the car by
did I
safety
see the
crew here.
The roof is...
Randall bought that car from Darrell Waltrip in 1994.
We've got another driver on the ground here.
Hey, folks, when you hit at 170, 80 miles an hour, is that the tire, the right front tire jammed up? Is that someone else's tire, or is that his tire jammed up in the windshield of that car?
They couldn't have made it if they pitted on that last caution. They still would not have been able to make it the rest of the way.
So now the question is, how many of the cars that are out there now can make it the rest of the way? How many cars are going to run out of gas on the last lap or 2? We still have 8 laps to go, and Bradbury is in the pits. He finally gets in there, stops, and then puts some fuel in the car.
Boy, that's tough to have to pull her in there. Let's go to the pits and John Turner.
Bradbury did not run out of gas. He was still running when he came in. He just slowed down. as they could. If they would have stayed out maybe another lap and a half, then they would have run out of gas. But he came in under power. It was just a stop and go for a splash of gas.
Here's the lead. Harris Devane and Mike Wallace. Harris Devane in the red and white 33. Mike Wallace in the green and black number 90. Kenny Allen, the 3 car, the onset car, ran so well early on. Developed some problems. We saw him on the inside as they went by.
He's still running in like 15th position, even though he has knocked back Kenny Allen, the onset car. There are 11 cars on the lead lap, and Gary Bradbury came out and stayed in the lead lap, but he's far away from the front runners.
So Harris Devane in the car number 33, 31-year-old farmer, cotton and peanut farmer from Cuthbert, Georgia. Getting ready to have the biggest day of his as yet young career as a rookie driver. Hey, we had a rookie on our telecast today, Bill Venturini, and we'll possibly have a rookie going to victory lane at Talladega Superspeedway. What a day. So riding with Mike Wallace. Now outside watching Wallace just a few feet away now. As a veteran, Bill Venturini, if you're Mike Wallace, what are you thinking about right now? You got a rookie in front of you.
I can see, first of all, if you looked at that shot, Mike Wallace's hood was bouncing pretty good, almost similar to what was happening to Andy Belmont earlier today. If I'm Mike, I'm sitting waiting. I've got one shot to pass him. I'd probably wait till 1 or 2 laps to go. And see, I'd have to use the outside lane. After seeing how Mike's been running all day, he's got to try the outside lane. But Harris is strong.
What do you know about Talladega as a veteran driver that maybe a rookie wouldn't know that you would be able to maybe exploit here in the final 4 or 5 laps?
Well, you know, the racetrack has changed compared to the way it's been for all the years I've raced there. I mean, we've always been able to run down on the bottom, which they seem to be playing down on the bottom group today. I'd have to say I'd put the move on him through the tri-oval. Out of all the race places on the racetrack where experience will take over versus rookies, through the tri-oval. And knowing Mike knows what he's doing here, so we'll see what happens.
And that's it. And those of you tuning in expecting to see the pin relays will remind you they will be coming up next following conclusion of the Food World 500. The pin relays from Franklin Field in Philadelphia will be getting off the air very quickly, going directly to Philadelphia for the pin relays. And that is coming up next here in about 4.5 laps.
The last lap these cars ran just over 194 miles an hour. So they're still running an awfully fast speed. And you can see 4 laps to go. Do they have enough fuel to last? Can Harris Devane win the biggest race of his life?
Now, for you Jeff Purvis fans, you might be wondering about him. Haven't said anything about him lately other than that he lost a cylinder on his car. He's still running in 3rd place. He's about 5 or 6 seconds behind the leader. So if he can make it on fuel, then he should be okay as far as his position is concerned.
Michael Waltrip has something on Harris Devane.
Harris's only 2nd trip here to the high bank of Talladega. He's leading the race. But I tell you, the guy sitting behind him, Mike Wallace, has got to be licking his chops. He's thinking, I got this rookie right where I want him. But I don't know. That 33 looks awful strong late in the going. The crew does not know if he's got enough gas or not. They're just sitting, hoping and waiting.
And that's the Mike Wallace crew there, the Duran Paints crew, Heilig Meyer, some of the guys that pit the Winston Cup car. Barry Owen is the crew chief there, and that is Harris Devane's outfit. They are watching and waiting and wondering, said, man, we have come a long way from the dirt tracks of Albany, Georgia.
Wow, they are getting excited.
Well, does Mike Wallace have anything left?
Yeah, that's right. Does he have anything left?
I mean, you know, it's hard to tell. If he does have, he's concealing it very well to Harris Devane as well as us.
There's a race for 5th place. Kevin Ray in the 2 car and Mark Stahl in 32. Mark is 5th right now. Kevin Ray is 6th.
They've sort of broken away from that other pack of cars that they were in earlier.
As we watch this, leaders went by, 2 laps to go.
Position, Mark Stahl and Kevin Ray. Great run for the youngster at 17 years of age. A junior in high school there at East Amoga, Alabama. Well, look at those pits a minute ago. They look very, very comfortable. Take a look here. They're so pensive here in Harris Devane's pit.
They're excited. Watch them as he come off course. They'll start screaming now as soon as he comes in sight. Get ready, girls. Here he comes. Yeah!
White flag. And watch them here. They're just standing and watching. That's Barry Owen, the crew chief, from Mike Wallace, the Veron Paints, Klossner Furniture Ford. Final lap at Talladega.
Here the arc coming off turn 2. Harris Devane right on the bottom of the racetrack. Right now, Mike Wallace is going to try now. Looks staying in.
I think that going into turn 3 is when he would need to make his move.
He's got to do it now. If he can't put a move on him now, at least to set him up for coming off the corner, then Harris is going to pull it off.
Now they're coming up on a lap car. Don't know if they'll catch it before they get back to the start-finish line, but it's going to be awfully close.
Oh, here comes Mike on the outside. Mike Wallace trying to make, and he has him. He has it. He ran out of fuel, didn't he?
I don't know. It looked like
33 car ran out of fuel. Ran out of fuel coming up.
And Mike Wallace will win his first ARCA event of 1995, and Barry Owen and the team borrowed a car, and here's the battle for 5th and 6th. The 2 car is Kevin Ray, Mark Stahl in front, Andy Hillenberg behind him in the 11th.
And Bob Hill just ran out of fuel coming off turn 4. These cars went by him. And here, looky here, as Kevin Ray beat Mark Stahl to the line.
I believe Mark Stahl ran out of gas.
It looked like he did.
And so all those cars that we were wondering about the fuel, and Kyle was with Barry Owen as you look at Mike Wallace.
I'm standing here with Barry Owen. These guys are tickled to death. They didn't know whether they had enough to get around. Do you think he could have got around him if he hadn't run out of gas coming out of 4?